Hello friends, welcome to my channel. Today we will discuss about some of the examples of how to receive the feedback effectively. In the last videos we have looked at what are the common issues with receiving feedback, what are the choices we have while receiving the feedback, right? And then we also looked at tips for receiving feedback in an effective manner. So I thought I would give you some examples so that you can understand better, right? How can you receive the feedback in an effective manner, right? So first one is about, you are getting an appreciation. So you worked on a presentation with very tight timelines, and you had to work hard for 2 days continuously, and then your presentation was well received by your senior leadership team and customers. And after the presentation, your manager comes and says, "Well done. Your presentation was good. Thank you for the efforts." So when we get the appreciation, most of the times people become very humble and they say that, thank you so much. Actually, it is not that great. You become very humble. Though you did a lot of hard work, you just try to brush it off, saying that it's not that great. And also, it is my duty to do it. Thanks for your support. But this is very bad way of receiving the feedback, because you are not getting the proper credit for your work. So how can you receive this kind of feedback in an effective manner? You need to highlight all your efforts and challenges so that your manager knows how much effort went into completing that particular task, what challenges you faced. If you don't tell, who tells him? He or she may not understand, right? He or she knows that you have accomplished the project, but they really may not know all the details of what hard work went in, what efforts went in, what kind of challenges we faced. So you need to explain it. So, for example, here you can acknowledge saying that thank you so much. You can say, yes, I had to work 2 days continuously as it came in an ad hoc manner. I had to reprioritize some of the works. I took support from our colleague Ravi to handle some of the customer calls so that we don't miss out on your regular activities. So what you are telling here is, you are explaining him, you have to work 2 days continuously, you have to reprioritize your work. You also had taken help from your colleague Ravi. So you are giving credit to your friend Ravi also, right? And you are also saying that we didn't miss out the regular activities because it came as ad hoc manner. And then you are also giving a kind of feedback to your manager, saying that if we had received this little, if we had received a little more time, so if you have given me little earlier, it would have been easier on everyone, because it came in the last minute as ad hoc task. We had to rush in and we had to reprioritize some things. But again, you are telling, yes, I understand this is the part of life. So you're telling, however, it's a learning and experience for me. Thanks for your opportunity. Right? So you're nicely acknowledging, you are explaining what are the challenges you faced, you are explaining what support you got from your colleagues, and also you're giving feedback saying that it came as an ad hoc manner, maybe we should have got more time, kind of thing, so that your manager knows next time, right? And then you're telling that it's a learning experience. See how nicely you're putting it in a package when you receive this feedback, though it is an appreciation. It is much better than the first one, isn't it? So it is your right to get proper credit for your efforts and work. And also you need to give proper credit to your team members who help. Right? In the first one, there is no credit for you. There is no credit for your team members. And if you don't tell what challenges you faced, what struggles you faced, what effort went in, how do your manager know? And at the end of the, whenever he has to give you the feedback, he thinks that, okay, it is just a common thing. Because he knows that you have accomplished, but he didn't know or she didn't know. Right? So please ensure that you are highlighting everything so that you get proper credit. And your team members, your colleagues get proper credit. Right? That's number one. And we will look at some other example. Again, appreciation. Your manager Mary says, I liked your work on this project. But here, if you look at it, No, she just said she liked your project. And then if you say that thank you so much, Mary, that's it. And you are not calling out any of your efforts and any of your challenges. First of all, you didn't even know why she's appreciating you. Correct? So again, that is a wrong way of taking the appreciation. You need to tell, okay, thank you, Mary. I'm so glad you like the project. But can you please tell me specifically what did you like? So that I will do it again in my next project. So you're asking very politely, please give me more details of what you liked. Then Mary has an obligation to tell you what you have done. Then she says, okay, your analysis was great, and you clearly highlighted the pain points to the customers. I like the way you called out the solution, all these things, blah, blah, blah. Right? And then she says, you have done a great job. Now you know what exactly she liked, in your project. Now you can acknowledge it very decently and say that, thank you, Mary. I'm so glad you liked my project or my work. It was learning experience for us. I could learn the new analytical tool in short time, and this helped me in the analysis. I also have shared it with the team. See, you are again telling here you have to learn a new tool, that also within a short time frame, and you learned it and also shared it. See, this will have more impact, right? And Mary knows more details about you and your work, and your sharing attitude to the people. No, obviously she will be more impressed than if you just say thank you so much. Correct? Okay. So that is about how do you receive the appreciation. Now let us look at if you receive a negative feedback. Basically, somebody didn't like your work, right? So again, we take the same thing. You worked on a presentation very hard, but your manager at the end of the presentation, your manager comes and says, I didn't like your presentation. It was very disappointing. Right? So now what will happen is the moment, people say something negative about our work, we get angry. And also you may be surprised. So immediate your reaction would be, you say, oh no, I thought it went very well. And you would also try to back it up, saying that everyone smiled at me in the room after presentation, and why are you saying like this? You never appreciate me. You don't know how much efforts I have put in. And you can say, please, you also may say, please release me from this project immediately, kind of thing, right? So you get flared up, and then you start blaming, but that is not going to help you, right? That's not going to help you. Or sometimes people, what happens is, though they are very unhappy and they become very quiet, right? So in those cases they will say, oh, I'm sorry, I will try to improve next time. But you really don't know what to improve, because you don't know what went wrong. So you'll be thinking in your mind, okay, what did I do wrong? But you don't ask for the detailed feedback due to fear, or you may feel embarrassed or shy. Again, that is also wrong, right? You don't know what to correct, but you are accepting that, yes, I will correct it, which is bad. First of all, you should know what went wrong. So what is a better way of doing it, or better way of receiving this kind of feedback? Yeah, don't be panic while receiving the feedback. That is very, very important. Right? So now, how do you receive this feedback? Okay, accept it. I mean, acknowledge it. Okay, Sarah, first of all, my apologies, because you are disappointed because of me. However, I thought the presentation went well. You are expressing your own opinion, your own view, right? You thought the presentation went well. Now you're asking for more feedback, more details. Could you please help me to understand which part of the presentation was not good, right? And also, I would like to discuss how I can improve in future to make it better. See, this is a much better way of receiving the feedback. First of all, you don't know what didn't go well. So you are asking for the feedback. Okay, please tell me which part of the presentation was not good. And also, please help me. How can I improve it? Now, your manager, Sarah, has an obligation to tell you what went wrong. So she tells you, okay, this part is not good, this part is not good. And maybe you can also ask her, how can you improve further, maybe with more reviews or whatever it is. And then after you hear from her, you can say, thank you for the feedback, Sarah. It is very useful. I'll improve it next time with the inputs you have provided. So now you have a clarity on what didn't go well, because you may be thinking that everything went well, but something definitely was not good. So you know now what was that part, and now you also know how to improve it. So you acknowledge it, and then thank your manager, because she gave you the inputs to further inputs to improve your work in future. Correct. So this is again better way of receiving the negative feedback. Right now, the other thing is about if you receive a unfair feedback, it is possible. Right? Not everybody is fair in this world. Right? Sometimes you may receive unfair feedback, and again you worked hard, and everybody else is appreciating except your manager. Your manager gives you a feedback with which you are not agreeing. So you think you are getting unfair feedback or biased feedback kind of thing. Again, without, again, in these cases, the common response or common reaction from the people is, again, they get flayed up, kind of thing, and they get demotivated and all. So yeah, that feeling will be there definitely, right? But how do we handle it in a gentle manner, in a decent manner? First, again, ask for details to get more clarity on what other person is saying. Try to listen to him or her. But if the manager says that, I don't like you or I don't like this, you try to understand, okay, ask questions. Okay, what didn't you like? Right? And then look at the positive intent of the person. Okay, when the person gives you the details, then see if there is any validity is there in whatever the person is asking. Maybe he may say or she may say, 5 points. Out of 5 points, you may think 4 points are wrong, but at least 1 point may be there, which might be, good for you. So look at what is the positive intention of the person, right? And then triangulate the feedback by asking or confirming from multiple people. This is important because you want to get the data, because you are not agreeing with your manager's feedback. So what you need to do, you need to triangulate. What is meant by triangulation? You need to ask the people who are in that room when you are presenting, ask them what did they feel, and ask them did they find the same observations. Don't tell what your manager is telling, but ask them what they are, what they have observed. Right. So that is how you can correlate with the what your manager is saying versus what the other observers, other people are saying. And then you gather as much data as possible, and then talk to your manager to demonstrate those facts. He may agree, she may agree, or they may not agree. Okay, but you are defending from your side. You are telling that, okay, this is what is my view. Okay, and next time onwards, be careful. What you need to do, don't wait until the project is over. Keep on getting the feedback by asking for feedback often. Very, very important. So that you don't get surprises at the end of the year or at the end of some period. Right? Very, very important. So keep asking. And if you still think that your manager is unfair and your manager is biased, it may happen, right? It happens sometimes. Then as a last resort, right? If nothing else is working out, maybe you need to look for getting into another manager's team or maybe another organization, right? If that is the last resort. So this is how you need to, receive the unfair feedback. So I hope these examples, gives you better clarity on how can you receive the feedback in a more effective manner. And in the next video, we will sum it up, like how to, the summary of the feedback process as such. Okay, please stay tuned for more. My name is Vijay Kumar Pita, and if you need any information or if you have any queries, please feel free to reach me. My coordinates are there. And if you enjoy this video, please like it, share it with your friends, family, colleagues who may be benefited out of it, and then please subscribe to this channel so that you get latest updates. Thank you for watching. Please take care, and see you in the next video. Until then, bye.